Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel from Rachel Elizabeth Artist, and today's video is about tracing. The reason I wanted to go into this a little bit is because I had a bit of a change of heart around it, and I know there's a little bit of a debate as to whether tracing is cheating. Let me tell you now, it is not cheating, not at all. So let me go into a little bit about why I have that opinion. So to give you a bit of background, I have always freehanded my work. Ever since I was young, I would just pick up pictures or look through books and I would just copy it. I have tried the grid method, drives me crazy. I can't stand all these squares everywhere. I tried it once and it made it look worse than the freehanded version. So I was like, no, I can't do this. So I always freehanded everything. Even up to this day, I would say I freehand maybe about 80% of my portraits. What changed for me is recently I was working on a commission and I started it in the morning, and usually I'll draw up the outline and then take a bit of a break and then I'll start adding the color and everything to it. I could not for the life of me get this outline right. And when you're doing a commission, getting the outline right is vital, because if it is slightly off, it throws the whole drawing off. And a lot of the time, even if it's really slight, it can be really difficult to work out why it doesn't look right. So getting the outline correct is going to save you so much stress along the way. So anyway, I just couldn't get it right. I tried and tried and tried and it just wouldn't work. The difficulty with this one is because the reference photo, or the dog that I was drawing or am drawing, is often a little bit of an angle, so his face is kind of turned away a little bit, and that makes it really difficult to get the outlines correct, because then you have to factor in the angle of the head and make sure that the eyes and the nose and the mouth and everything are on the same angle, and then the jawline is a little bit off, and it's really difficult to do. And I was a bit stubborn about it. I was like, no, I can do it. I can trace it. I'm going to get it right. By the end of the evening, I was just losing my mind with it. I was like, can't do it. I give up. I was so frustrated. So a thought came to me. I was like, Rachel, why don't you just trace it? Why are you making things difficult for yourself? Just trace it. And then I thought, no, I'm not going to trace it. I always freehand my work. I'm not going to trace it. And I thought, hang on a minute. Why have I got this attachment to always freehanding? And I think it's because there was part of me that thought, if I traced it, then I'm cheating. I'm taking away from part of the process. Let me tell you now, I ended up tracing it. Let me tell you now, that is complete rubbish. So I had to kind of basically be like, get over yourself, Rachel, trace it. So I ordered some tracing paper and I printed out the picture and I traced it. Perfect. I was like, finally, why did I waste the entire day stressing over this and just losing my mind with it when I could have just done that so much easier? So there are a couple of takeaways that I learned from this. The biggest one is that when you look at a reference photo, sometimes your brain will see it in a different way than it actually looks. So tracing will show you this. So for example, the way that I was drawing it, I couldn't get the area of the jaw just right. But I was looking at it and looking back at the reference photo and looking at the drawing and thinking, why doesn't it look right? Everything is, like the spacing is fine. Why doesn't it look that way? And then I traced it, and the way that the lines actually were was so different from what I was seeing. That is the biggest thing when it comes to tracing. It will show you what the structure actually looks like, and it helps you kind of override what you are seeing. That's very, very difficult to do, like just freehanding. Even for me, it causes so much frustration. I'm still a little stubborn with it, but I am moving towards the tracing more for my pet portraits because it's so important, as I said, to get the outline right. So that's a huge takeaway. It's a skill to freehand, and tracing will help you learn that. So the second thing that I wanted to mention is that when let's say for example, you were an architect or yeah, you drew buildings, right? Is using a ruler to get a straight line on a building cheating? Well, of course it's not. You don't want a building that's all skew with and all like wavy and wiggly. Well, it's not going to look like a building. No building looks like that, right? So using a ruler, that's what it's designed for. That's literally what it's designed for. So you're not going to be like, oh, it's cheating if you use a ruler. No, that's ridiculous. So when you think about tracing an outline of a portrait, all you are doing is giving you that structure. It takes nothing away from the like choosing the correct pencils, from creating the values and the contrast, layering your pencils, getting things to look realistic, all the details. It takes nothing away from that. It just makes the starting process easier. So what my takeaway is here is, if you don't even have to be a beginner. I'm fairly like far along in my journey as an artist, and I've just come to tracing now because it just saves me so much time. It saves my sanity, and it teaches me stuff. Like, I want to be really clear as well, like, even an artist that has 20 years experience, you can still be learning. Just because you're like, maybe you're a beginner, don't feel like you have all this stuff to learn, because everybody does. Everybody does. No matter how experienced you are, there will always be things that you can learn. And this is new for me. Tracing has taught me, and it showed me that sometimes I don't see things the way that they actually are. So that is my takeaway. That is my view on tracing. Find a way that you don't have to trace. All I'm saying is that find a way that works for you. It might be the grid method. It might be a projector. So I know a few artists have got all these fancy lights and projections and everything. I don't really want to have to spend all that money. Whether you trace it or whether you freehand, it doesn't, find a way that works for you, right? That's all I'm saying. And if anybody tells you that it's cheating, well, you can quite politely tell them to go away, or not politely, however you want to put it. But it's not. It is not cheating at all. It's a learning curve, and it's a skill. And it's a tool. That's what it is. It's a tool, like a ruler. Tracing is like a tool. So I'll do another video on how I trace and how I get the photos the right size, because that's another thing that I'm learning to do as well. So I'll do a video on that. It's super simple on how to trace, and the process behind it. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about that because I think it's really important, because there is a bit of a controversy around it, and I wanted to make sure that if tracing is something that you want to try or that you're doing and you feel a bit, and people have told you like, oh, well, it's taken away from your artistic process. No, it isn't. So I hope that was helpful. I hope you got some value from that. I hope it maybe put your mind at rest a little bit, that even experienced artists trace. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.